Once again, this is Dr. Venetia Ultra of Environmental Remediation Laboratory BIST, and I'm showing you here some of the experimental plants for the evaluation of fly ash as soil amendments. Fly ash has is abundant waste from coal fired power plants here in Botswana. Botswana is highly dependent on the coal power plants for its energy supply. So every day there are around 150 megatons of fly ash generated from these plants. So what we are doing, one of my students is evaluating the efficacy of fly ash as soil amendments in acid soils of Botswana. There are lots of acid soils in Botswana, and that needs liming, neutralization of the soil. But then my student would like to evaluate if fly ash would be safe to use. The fly ash generated from Moropoli is around 8.3, 8.1 pH. So it has high calcium oxide content, which is very high potential as a liming material. So the concern here of using fly ash as a liming material is that fly ash contain heavy metals and some radionuclides or that could be taken up by plants, and it could endanger or it could contaminate the food chain. So my student would be uh, quantifying the heavy metal uptakes on the plants when fly ash is used as an amendment. So this is his second crop. The first one are leafy vegetables. He used rape and spinach, and the results is very promising. He's now analyzing the heavy metal contents on the plants and then understanding the effect of fly ash on the nutrients and heavy metal dynamic in soil. So this is the second crop using the same treatment, but this time we are using corn, and then very soon he will be determining the same parameters on heavy metal uptake of the plants. If the result would show that it is safe to use fly ash, then it would be beneficial to the farmers, because instead of buying or using limestone, which is quite expensive, they will just use fly ash. At the same time, it will help in the management of the waste materials from the Moropoli power plant. So hopefully they will get a positive result on this experiment. So fly ash would be functioning as a neutralizing agent on acidic soil, and at the same time it would supply some of the essential nutrients, macro and micro minerals needed by plants. However, depending on the quality of the coal used on the plant, fly ash may contain high amounts of heavy metals that could be detrimental to the health of the plants, to the health of the soil, and as well as might be dangerous for food chain contamination. So that is why there's a need to strictly monitor its efficacy before making recommendations. Hence, this experiment are conducted. Okay, so one of the students will also be monitoring the long-term effect of fly ash application on soil quality. Okay, so these are some of the experiments being conducted. Once again, good morning. This is from BIOS Environmental Remediation Lab.